Hi everybody, how are you guys doing? I hope you are all doing fantastic. Hello, Pamela.
Hello, everyone. How are you folks doing? Long time no chat. I'll see. Well, I don't see you guys anymore. Long time no chat. But some of you have seen me on Instagram. Is it Insta? Yeah, we have an Instagram channel. So yeah, and Twitter as well. But how's everyone? Hello. Happy belated Easter.
I know, right? It's like
everyone. So yeah, well, I guess like Petol was saying, welcome to the Facts and Two Cents. Petol, do you want to what do you guys?
Sure. Hey, Lydia, and let's see who's in the chat first. Let's see, I see Elaine and Fancy and Susie.
Scroll all the way up.
Cookies and cream.
Oh, if you scroll all the way up, it's Church Nelly. Hello. She said.
You got Church. Okay, I was going from the bottom. So if you guys, go ahead from the top.
Maybe you go from the bottom. I'll come from the top, and we'll meet in the middle.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we'll take turns.
Cookies and cream, and Elaine Parker, Fancy, Susie, Joan, Wendy.
Well, I was hoping we'd do it one at a time so we can take turns, because I wouldn't know where the middle is, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So you mentioned Cookies and Cream, so I see her already. Lydia Washington. Then who else? There you go.
See Dory.
Dory. Okay, there's Sistren.
Wendy.
Okay, I see Wendy. Then there's Fancy.
That's it, right? Hi, Church Nelly. I see Church Nelly.
there's Dory Wiley. Dory Wiley.
And there's Jessica.
There's Elaine Parker.
And Emma Day.
Okay, I see. Emma Day. Yeah, Emma Day. Yeah.
So I think that's the middle.
Oh, that's the middle. Okay, great. Awesome. All right.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Poola, Guy, the chickens, and the whole Invictus team, because now that we're realizing the whole Invictus community is family. So, hey, we have a new family members.
That's right. And we're petty and biased. Don't come for us unless we send for you. FYI. But yeah, so guys, just to say, I haven't been on for a while. I know Petol had asked me if she wanted to share, but I had some personal stuff I had to do. I had surgery on my shoulder, so I couldn't move for a while. So even when I post stuff on, I'm using one hand, I should say, and out of that one hand, I'm using one finger, like my thumb, to type. So I can copy and paste, because that's easy, right? You just select and copy. You press down and copy and paste. So that was so challenging. The first 2 weeks was so painful, guys. It's easing up a little bit. So I'm excited to be able to. I'm still in a cast, not a cast, a sling. I have to wear it for a couple more weeks, which is not fun at all, because I have to sleep with it, and oh gosh. Has anyone had any shoulder surgery before?
Oh no. Let's see if anyone in the chat has surgery. I know I've never had surgery, so I'm like, don't ever want it.
Well, nobody wants it. It just happens.
Sylvia says, Pamela, my prayers are with you first, and a speedy recovery.
Thanks, Sylvia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But yeah.
So she did, and she had a minor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Sorry, sister.
I tore tendons. Sorry, I said tendons. And then they had to shave a bone, and a whole few other things that they had to do. And I have about 5 or 6 incision spots all over my shoulder. And guess what I was worried about? I'm like, man, I can't wear summer outfit now.
Lydia said, so happy to have you back, Pam. Prayers for
Oh,
continued healing. Oh, thank you, Lydia.
thank you, Lydia. Appreciate you, Lydia. Thank you so much. But yeah, so there's a lot has been going on as I'm trying to adjust myself to sit out with. I have to have a pillow under my arm to rest
Oh.
because it cannot be. So it's just a weird. Oh goodness, I'm telling you. You know what? I should stop complaining because there are people who have cancer and people who are dealing with more traumatic, you know, situations. And
Yeah.
so,
Well, I mean, it doesn't, that's true, but then it doesn't take away from the fact that you are in distress and you did have surgery, so it's fine to acknowledge your own pain as well, and also acknowledge that other people do have bigger things, but your pain is valid,
yeah, it's
So
true. It's true. Well, thanks,
yeah.
Petol. Thanks for the perspective. Much appreciated. All right.
I understand.
So I have seen a lot. Listen, I because I don't usually Petol knows I go to the gym, went out before my injury every Monday to Friday, pretty much, and I wake up early, blah blah blah. But because of this, I don't get to go early. I don't get to go at all, and so I find myself waking up early because my body just wakes up, and I just get on Twitter. um, and I've been seeing a whole lot. And then sometimes, I will comment on stuff, but I can't comment the way I want to comment, right? Because I can only use one thumb typing. So it's frustrating. So I just look at it and I like the post or I like whatever the tweet. And I'm just like, man, I want to say so much. There's so much going on. Invictus. I'm like, what is going on with me? I can't type. But it's been so exciting and so much fun to watch. It's does it remind you of like 2018, this Australian tour?
The Australian tour.
Where
Before you go on, Sylvia just wanted to let you know pain is pain. So you're in pain. So
it's true. Thank you. Thank you.
The funny thing with the Australian
but what I mean specifically though, Pedro, in terms of like how the squad we were up, like like consistently up and trying to catch up on the latest news on the tour. That whole cycle where like for the whole week it was sleepless nights because the hours, the difference. Yeah.
The thing with that is that I wasn't following them at that time. Like I wasn't a squatty at that time. I came in with the baby shower. So that's when I first started paying attention to any of this. So like I knew it was happening, but I wasn't following it. Like, during the day I'd see a picture here and picture there, but it wasn't like, into it like until the baby shower. That was when I first started realizing all the stuff that was happening. And then I started to really pay attention. So I do remember like the pictures and all of that stuff that was, there. And I remember them being a part of the Invictus there, but I wasn't following it as closely as I do now. So yeah.
Right.
But, yeah.
So for me, it was for 2016 or 17 when they did the Toronto.
Oh, really?
So that's when that is when obviously I started following them as a couple, but I've been following on and off with Meghan on Suits. So, but Marjorie, thank you, Marjorie. Yes, it's a football thing. It is because I injured my arm working out in the gym. I was doing chest press, and the weight was a bit. I had challenged myself and had heavier weights. So apparently there was already an issue for the longest, but that workout kind of like pushed it to the limit. And that's what happened. So you're right, Marjorie. Yes, it feels like a football injury. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. But I have been like this. The Invictus now is definitely like the sleepless nights because obviously they are 6 hours ahead of us, 5 hours ahead of us. So it's just been like, oh my goodness.
I just had to tell myself, because I started working from home, slowly. So staying up that late, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna trust that the squatties will definitely keep me updated on Twitter. So I don't need to be. There are squatties in The Hague who are posting, and then there's Ara's Lock, and there's Tina, the Sussex podcast, and so they're all posting.
Yes,
So I'm
they're
like,
it's so funny. I've seen stuff from Michelle, but by the way, Lydia is letting you know that letting us know that there needs to be a Suit watch party since you mentioned Suits.
there
She's
should
like,
be.
I love Suits and watch the reruns on Amazon Prime now. I
Actually
mean,
should
I
do
don't know
that.
if you're on Twitter, Lydia, but Sussex Squad had a watch party,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah, they did. They have it several times. They watched the whole seasons, all the seasons. It was a
Okay,
watch
yeah.
party every weekend, I think.
Okay.
Uh,
I think I've
but
seen
yeah,
like
wait,
3
but
episodes of Suits
but
ever.
Pedal, we can do that. Facts and 2 cents.
Yeah,
Always,
let's do it then. Yes, absolutely.
we can do that and watch Suits. So that'd be great. That's an
Thank you,
idea.
Lydia, for that advice. We'll have we'll have a Facts and 2 cents community watch party for Suits, which will help me because again, I've only seen like I think 3 episodes ever of Suits because I didn't know Meghan back then, and so
Oh, okay.
I never
Yeah.
heard of her until I heard like Harry's girlfriend is Meghan. I was like, who? I never heard of Suits before that either.
Oh, yeah. Oh my
I mean,
God.
I have not watched television in I don't know how many years. So that's why I had no idea it was going on. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we should definitely do that because it's I loved it. I loved it. I still love it. I wish it's cool. But anyway, so what are we talking about today? Invictus, obviously. There's so much going on. I am all over the place with Invictus in terms of my excitement. Um, like I don't even know where to start. I can start with Meghan's outfits, right?
Okay. You want to go
I
with
want to say that when that queen stepped out in her white Valentino, all white from head to toe. There is a conversation that she wore her wedding reception shoes. It looked like it because I zoomed in and I looked at her white dress on when she was getting into the car with Prince Harry.
Harry? Yeah. Uh-huh.
The shoes looks the same, similar.
Oh, really?
So it could be right. And she stepped out, and I was like, yes, Elaine. I said, this is just beautiful. This is just beautiful, beautiful. Like she just stepped out like just a goddess,
Wow.
floating.
Yeah.
And I was like, just the purity, the lightness of it all, and I was like, that's right, Meghan. Do you, Meghan? Do you? You are the queen. I just
It's so
love
funny.
it.
Like I've talked so much about the Invictus Games, and because I'm so not a fashion person, I'm like I'm just not even going to go there. Like I like this, and I think I've mentioned like a couple of others, but it's like I couldn't speak to the fashion. I mean I think it's cute. I couldn't. Yeah,
What do you mean it's cute? It's not cute. It is
it's
gorgeous.
beautiful. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's not cute. Cute is like wearing jeans and a tank top and some kind of like, okay, you look
Also, like
cute.
the middle
Yeah.
one. So like the middle picture.
So the middle picture where the casual chic that she wore to the games, the jeans and then like the blazer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that blazer was sold out. Like, and the jeans is sold out. It's
You know
gone.
the funny thing about the white outfit because it's the Valentino
Oh, yeah, Valentina is also sold out. It's
Valentino.
sold out.
They did a whole big post about it on Twitter
Well, but
from
almost
like an
everyone.
official
Yeah.
official thing, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and then also, but every designer that she wears, they try to make a post about it to just say, "Hey, we see it," right? And that also
Right,
helps
yeah.
with their consumers to be like, "Oh, if Megan wearing it, then we should also get it," right? So it's good for them. It's a good promotion for them. So, but yeah, that Valentino outfit was sold out. Everything was gone. I was like,
Wow.
"That's right. That is right." So I
she
love
looks beautiful. I love her hair, like when it was like sort of blowing. This is one of the
blowing.
favorite of all the photos of the white outfit. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like all of them. I liked her hairstyle, whichever way she made it. She took the very last one where she was in that Valentino short dress. When Harry went became a black man wearing brown tan suits.
Oh, you mean that one? The with the oh, that's a Valentina dress as well.
Yes, the Valentino dress as well. And then
Valentino. I keep saying Valentina. I think it's
no,
Valentino.
Valentino. So, yeah, Valentino dress. And Harry had on his tan suits. I was like, yep, on Easter Sunday, that's a black man right there and there. Um,
Wait,
so
tan suit is a black person's for Easter? That's what they I never noticed. I
no,
didn't
it's
realize that.
usually come on. Well, come on, Petol. How many white people have you seen with? Okay, let me not say this because people are gonna be like quoting me for wrong. But seriously,
I
in the
saw
black,
the president. Didn't Biden wear a tan suit? And people were saying, well, when Obama wore it, the Republicans were like upset.
yeah,
Didn't
and
he
then
have on a tan suit?
who did Biden serve under?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess. I didn't know that was a thing. I had no idea.
Anyways, I could be wrong. No one should put me on this. I'm
But
just
I
saying
think
that
this
it was
was
cute.
kind of the theme though, because remember, like the middle picture, she also has on like this sort of tan thing as well, or outfit, I guess, brown tan thing outfit. So
Marsha is right. Harry was given that Barack Obama vibe. I was like, yep, that's exactly what he was doing. I was
well,
like,
he's a light-skinned brother.
yeah, Sonia was like, did he just say cute?
Oh,
Fabulous.
Sonia is
That's all I said.
chastising me. Sorry, Sonia. Sonia said, did Petal just say cute? Said cute? Fabulous is more
Yeah.
like it. Everything was awesome. She was wearing the outfit. They were not wearing her. I loved everything. Okay, Sonia, I've been chastised. I get it. I am
Yeah,
so sorry.
cute doesn't apply to Meghan. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful, she's lovely, she's stunning. Those are the words and more.
Yes.
Cute, no.
Well, I stand corrected. I will humbly take my lumps.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes. Yeah. So anyway, so back to that. So that
Bashar
was
says
great.
he's giving the Barack Obama
Yeah, that's
vibes.
what I was
So
saying.
Bashar
Yeah.
agrees with you.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. I loved everything. Megan knows her body. She knows what
Mm-hmm.
works, and she knows how to dress for the occasion. It's like
Yeah.
even when she went to the UK embassy tent to read to the kids, she had on jeans and a light blue shirt
Yeah,
and a
I didn't pull
dark
up
blue.
that photo. I didn't,
Yeah.
but I saw, yeah. I
I
love
was
what she was
like,
wearing when she did the speech. She looked so beautiful. The last
and
picture, yeah.
and so that and then also so yeah, so from the Valentino to then I think they went to the embassy a couple of times and she wore them all tan suits
Yeah,
or brown
yeah, which
suit.
is the middle,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that was also fantastic. Oh, but let me go back. Remember when she gave that coat to that woman? I saw that and I was posting that right before everybody was I truly believe before everybody was acknowledging it. I was like, no, that is something weird. Why is that woman holding Megan's coat?
How did you
On the
all
first,
even know? I didn't find out until
I
later that it was
noticed
her coat.
it.
I'm like, how did people know it was her coat? Until I
So
saw the video, I had no idea.
So here's the thing, and I think I'm going to claim this because I didn't see it on Twitter. I was reading everybody, like look, going from people's tweet to tweet. Nobody said anything, and I was like, how can nobody say anything? She just gave a coat to this woman. At that point, that video of her giving it to her wasn't seen yet, right?
Right.
So I posted right underneath because I saw it under Ahmed's post. I was like, Ahmed, she just gave her coat to that lady because that lady's carrying a baby. Because I
Wow.
saw, because the lady put her hand in front of her chest, and I was like, "Oh, what is she doing?" She's adjusting the baby's head, and I was like, "Oh, it's a baby!" And
Oh.
so then I posted it there, and then I went on other people's tweets to see if they noticed, and people weren't saying much. I was like, "Oh, maybe they did, but they're not saying anything." So I started posting it, and then within a few
Oh,
minutes,
well,
everybody,
I saw the lady with the coat, but I had no idea it didn't even cross my mind until I saw the video and then realized, like, oh,
Yeah.
Because there's a video of Meghan literally putting the coat on the baby.
Yeah.
Or on the little carriage thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she gave her coat, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I was screaming. I was like, "How come nobody's saying it? Nobody's saying it!"
And then it blew up.
It blew up, but it's so. And I actually posted as a Iris lock, and then she liked it. And she's like, "Okay." And I think then she wrote about it. She looked at it, and I was just like, "This is amazing! Like kindness and compassion in motion."
Oh, I mean, that was just so thoughtful. I just thought it was so thoughtful. Terry says, Vogue Runway stated that Meghan takes power suiting to the next level
Yeah.
on the IG. I think it's on the IG.
Instagram. Oh no,
Yeah,
no, it's
Instagram.
Invictus
I think
Game.
it's on. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Invictus Game. I use
absolutely.
Invictus.
Yeah, it says, she takes power sitting to the next level. Hey.
At the Invictus Game, yeah. I think she meant at AR.
Yeah. Okay, at
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay, there you go.
No, not Instagram. Invictus Game. IG is Invictus Game.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was great. And then all the outfit, I was just like, Harry, I like the fact that when she wore that white jacket, cream or white jacket, and with the jeans when the next day when they went out.
This one. Yes. Oh, I love the jacket. That jacket is very cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The
Also,
funny thing
I
is,
think
I
it's
would
also
have
sold
never
out.
thought of wearing. I would have never thought of, because I'm such a jeans and sneaker kind of person. I would have never thought of wearing that jacket and the shoes to like a sporting event. So it was just like when I saw it, I was like, oh well, that's different. It would have never crossed my mind to do it. But she looks amazing.
Yeah, but she's not there to play sports. She's there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I am sports minded in that way. Like so I would like show up in sneakers and jeans.
Yeah, well, your people might tell you otherwise.
I was just like, oh, look at that. She looked amazing. Her hair is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, Meghan's hair is so long now.
I know, and her hairstylist, I forgot his name. I
Yeah.
did it on the last, I think two podcasts ago. Him and Daniel were there. Taking care of
I saw Daniel. Did you see Daniel in one of the videos?
I didn't see him. I just saw his post on Instagram. His post and George, her hairstylist George. I saw them love tweeting each other.
He was at the clip where Meghan and Harry were in the little minivans with the kids. When they stood up and they were danced and they were standing there, if you look closely, you see Daniel behind.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so a squatty saw that and said, "Oh, look at Daniel!" So look, everybody was like, "Where?" It's like, look at the clip, and when you look, you're like, "Oh, look at him! He's right behind, smiling, squatting." Yeah,
I'm so happy that she can just, her friends are who, because how long have they been friends, and so that her friends are who whenever she needs to get glam, her friends will be there. I love that.
Wait, Church Nelly.
Yeah, Sonia said the jeans and cream jacket are off the chart. Yeah, Sonia, you're the fashion plate in here, aren't you?
Church Nelly. No, Joan, they're having great sex.
Gwendolyn says Meghan looks fabulous in her jeans. Yes.
No. Hold up. Church Nelly says, I don't know what she's talking to Joan or what Joan said to her, but she's like, they're having great sex. That's what I meant. And I was like, all right, Church Nelly.
Church Nelly, your mind is in the gutter.
Well, no, that is true. It's true. Wait, did you see Harry's V spec? Like when he raised his hand, cheering? That V when men get that
picture, I was like, oh,
that V, that means, listen, you don't get that V unless you have a six pack. Like your app,
really?
You don't get that V. That V, it's like, you have a firm stomach, right? Maybe not necessarily a six pack, but you have a firm stomach. And I was like,
Oh.
okay, okie dokie.
Hey
Like, no,
Maggie. Maggie's like, hey Squatties, finally caught you live. We're happy you're here, Maggie.
yeah. Thanks, Wendy Lowman. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I always thank you for the well wishes. But yeah, now so the whole outfit was like fantastic. I loved it. I enjoyed everything. I was like, Meghan was in her natural element. Now let's go back to that speech, honey, that introduction um
Oh
of
yes.
her husband. There's a squatty who has a TikTok, I think Duchess Princess or something like that. And she
Mm,
posted the TikTok, and I think the last time I heard it was 8 point something million views.
I think it's over 9 million now because she put some really cool music on the bottom of it, and it's just
Yes,
like wow.
yeah. And I was like, that speech is like, it is my distinguished honor to introduce like, and then the funny thing is, uh, I love my Nigerian friends. The Nigerians on Twitter are going crazy, and they're saying, and they were saying like in what Caribbeans would call patois, but we call it like broken English. Uh, they will say how if their husbands or wives introduce them this way, how like people will say funny stuff like, ah, she'll have another kid, or how.
Mhm. Yeah, Megan has raised the standard now that men are like, if my girlfriend don't introduce me like that, she's not gonna be
Forget
my
it.
girlfriend.
Yes.
And Lydia wants to remind everyone, my mama is watching. Thank you, Lydia. It's like making me blush. Petol's mom is watching tonight. Yes, and
Whose
my
mom?
dad.
Wait, both your parents are watching?
Girl, I didn't I tell you
Well,
like a few
your
months
mom was
ago.
watching the
Yes,
last time, but I didn't know your dad was watching.
yes, I find out my dad is also watches, and my mom sent me a picture because I sent her a couple of the Facts and 2 Cents t-shirts. My mom
Uh-huh.
texted me a picture today of her wearing the red one.
Oh,
My parents are total squatties now, so we have
Squatty.
to we can't say anything naughty in the comments.
Listen, we gotta let our viewers also feel free to express themselves. So sorry, mom and dad. There's a lot of everyone here is an adult, so we know what it is. We know what sex is. Come on. We would not disrespect you though, but we will have fun. So
Thank you. Oh, and by the
uh,
way, guys, this as you can tell, I have a talking about my dad. I have a new background. This is another artwork from my dad. That the link is in the show notes if as again you guys ask about it. So this is another artwork from him. So I was like, well, let's do Beach Sherry today. Thank you, Cass, for allowing me to use your backgrounds.
cool. So what stood out to you about his speech introduction?
Oh my God. Well, the way how she spoke about Harry, that he, works late night, that how he, would stay up late night and early in the morning just to make sure that the games is perfect for each and every one. And the each and every one part is what, because Harry is such a person that, you always hear when he speaks to you, it's like you're the only person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine him thinking through all the different, vets that he knows. And today we saw there was this I'll share it with you because this will maybe ring it home a little bit. Oh, I can't read it. It's really, really small. I didn't realize it's going to be that small. Let's see. This is I am Vujko. He is the team captain for Germany, and they had a reception for the German team. And Harry, I think that was actually last night, and Harry kind of dropped in by surprise, I think. And one of the things he said, the best things about the evening.
I'm sorry.
What?
The comments, Church Nelly is killing me. All right, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Now he's saying the best part of the evening was Prince Harry's speech. This was followed by a meeting with him in separate rooms. First, he wanted to know every name of our athletes and greeted everyone with a handshake. As team captain, I've had the pleasure of meeting him more than once. To me, he literally said, "Nice to see you again, Vachko. This person is so cool, friendly, and in a great mood, and I will never forget these moments." And so when I heard when Meghan said, he was thinking about each and every and how to make the game special for each of them, I was like, yeah, this is who Harry is. He's like, each person is an individual. He doesn't lump you into one. He wants to get to know you personally. And so for me, that was one of the, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely Harry.
Yeah, no, completely. And just the fact that it took from the break, right, due to COVID, and then postponing the Invictus game twice, just the emotional stress of it all, the planning and readjusting and all that thing, and also just making sure that I'm sure we don't see we don't see anything that goes on behind the scenes, obviously, but even more so how he probably encourages them, right? To keep it going, because that is also key and to getting them here and just seeing the results of his labor and his team and everyone that's involved. And ultimately Harry is always about making his community, which he calls them, like the community,
right, yeah,
just happy and just so accessible to them, and it's so amazing. I love that. And I know Meghan gives him his flowers all the time, but I'm so happy he gave him his flower on that stage.
Publicly, and so publicly, yes. I love that.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and gave him, and just like she was so touched and moved that she couldn't hold back. Like her tears were like just coming up.
Yeah.
She was so emotional because I'm like, that's how much she loves this man and appreciates him and just so proud of him.
Yeah. And people wonder why he's like, Santa Barbara is my home. Yeah, that's why.
Like, but what does he want him to say? It's not my home. It's his home. It's literally that's home, at least.
Adrian says Meghan was listing all the hats Harry has in her speech. And yes, Adrian, she was listing them all out.
Yeah, and rightfully so, right? And rightfully so, because he deserves that and more. He really has made such an impact. Who in the royal family has done what Harry has done?
Yeah, none
like
of them.
I don't know. Charles tries to do this earth thingies and environmental thingies, but I don't know I don't know anyone who is talking so much about what Charles has done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to take it away from him. I'm sure he has some impact somewhere, but making a difference in people's lives where they can see the results right there and then, Harry.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. I mean, Charles he does important work, especially, with the environment and stuff like that. But the thing with Charles is he's not, he's shy, but he's not exactly a people person.
No.
Harry is his mom. Harry loves. Everything is worn on his sleeve. He just loves. And people feel loved. And you don't get that sense with Charles. Even though his stuff is important, you could, there's that saying that, you would, when you meet someone, you may forget what they say, you may forget the words they say, but you will not forget how they made you feel.
How they treat you, yeah.
Yeah, and that is the thing with Harry. When people meet him, they never forget how they feel with him because he makes you feel loved. So Michelle, thank you. Michelle says, Petol, I love seeing you blush. I won't tell on you. Thank you.
And yeah, and so it's so funny because I was listening to that speech and I was like, oh my God, I don't know, I was tearing up. I was just feeling I was in my feelings about it. I was just like, feelings in a good way, just like, oh my God, this is just so pure and
Hmm.
so genuine and so it's so connecting that you can see her just reacting to even just thinking about her husband and the things
Hmm.
that he had to do. And I'm sure that there's much more emotions attached to that from
Oh,
just the past few
sure.
years, right?
Yep.
And so Harry is incredible.
He really
He had,
is.
yeah.
Church Nelly says, can you imagine Kensington Karen giving a speech like that? Not, no.
Wait, who was asking on Twitter if you know? It was
As
on
she
Tina's
answers her own
podcast.
questions, like, not. No.
It was on Tina's podcast, Sussex Squad podcast, and I think Hester P said uh, that she speak English. Was asking if she can speak
Oh,
English.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird. Like I never quite understand what she says because she uses this accent that I don't. I mean, I don't know if that's her normal accent. It doesn't. It sounds like something that is taught to her, and it's not really her natural way of speaking. So it always sounds so weird to my
Oh,
ear.
you
So
think they wanted to sound a bit more royal? Could it?
could be, but I think the problem with it is that she can't. The thing is, it's kind of like me speaking a different language, right? While I may have the words to the language, I don't have necessarily the emotional connection to it. So it's kind of that's what it seems like. Like she's speaking in an accent that is not hers, and therefore it's
Yeah,
hard to connect when it's not your heart. You know what I mean?
yeah, yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
And that's what it
Oh,
is, and that's what I think the problem is. There's like she's not taught to be like she doesn't have the freedom to just be herself. If only she could be herself, I think she would be able to connect. But because she's doing this thing, you're like, I don't even understand what you're saying.
yeah. Anyways,
So,
uh, so
but
Wendy.
Harry.
Hmm.
I was gonna say Harry's speech. I was talking a couple of episodes ago about just pre-performance anxiety and how Harry struggles with that, and it was very evident before, even the day before that there's the anxiety there, and to watch the nervousness before. There are
Hmm.
pictures of him sitting in his seat, and it's like you could see the anxiety, just like, and then to
Hmm.
watch him blossom from the moment he said, "Thank you, my love," and he cleared his throat and then he
Yeah,
started speaking, and there was a photo of him on like the projection, the huge big projector in the back, of
yeah.
the smile of his face, and you could see the anxiety wearing off of him as he got more and more confident on stage and as he spoke. And I just think it was the most beautiful thing
It is. It
to
is. It
see
is. It
him just
was. Yes.
transform.
Yeah, it was. And I don't know if people realize, I'm sure people, Harry stammers a little bit.
Mm.
If you listen to Harry, and I can relate to that because when I speak a bit fast, I stammer,
And he speaks
right?
very fast. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he stammers a little bit, like his words will get a little bit, mushed up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and even one point is when he was speaking with Hoda and he
Mm-hmm.
was trying to say the US is now his base. Like
Yes,
yeah,
yes. I
yeah,
saw that. I heard
yeah.
that. Yes.
So it
Sylvia
happens,
says, oh, sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
it happens to him when he's talking. I think that's his nervousness as well. When I'm nervous, it's more pronounced for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and so one of the best way to counter that is hand gestures.
Mm.
Right. It controls your speak when you're speaking, use your hands so that way you can
Right.
but no, if you watch Harry speak, just watch because he has that little
A little
so
bit.
so
Yeah.
so I can understand how speaking in public can be overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sylvia
Yeah.
says, there's something that is something Meghan do is know the names of the people she is visiting. That is very true. Meghan does her
Yeah.
homework. not just know their name, but she knows what they do. If they're meeting for
Well,
whatever organization they're meeting, she knows exactly what's happening.
But they
Which is, I
both
think,
do.
one of the reasons Kensington Palace hated her, because she went prepared. She didn't need them doing her research. She did her own research.
No, they both do. Harry does too.
Yeah.
Like there's this one of the Invictus people, the German team said, one of the German, the lead, the captains, was the captain of the team, said he's met Harry a couple of times. But when Harry saw, like he's seen Harry, and I believe he's introduced himself to him once or so a while ago, and then Harry saw him because they had this German, they met in their embassy or so. And the
that's
Invictus
exactly
game.
what I was just reading. Yeah, exactly what
Yeah,
I was
and
just
then he
reading.
said he remembered his name. He called his name.
Yeah.
And then asked everyone to introduce and mention their name and gave people the time. This is who they are. They are meant for each other. Harry and Meghan, it is something they exercise that. Is their whole point of compassion. You can't be compassionate to someone if you don't know them.
Exactly.
Like know something about them or care about them, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that if you don't see someone on the street, you don't, but it's kind of for them in a group setting, it's part of their way of just showing that they it's kindness too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be kind towards people that way and get to know people. So yeah, it's both of them. I love
And
it.
Trish Nelly decides that she's still going to rag on me. She's like, Petol, how do you think you got here? The stork? Yes, Trish Nelly, the stork. That's it.
Thank you, Chuck Nelly. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, come on.
Leave me alone.
Like Adrian says, not only that, but he has to watch his words. Yeah, I mean, listen, Harry has to watch his words, but at this point he doesn't really care. He says what he needs to say. That will, he's not going to jeopardize his the Invictus game and say something irrational, which I don't think. Listen, I'm sure if he wants to, he can, but it's not beneficial. He's not going to do that. Even when Hoda was saying, "Oh, does that feel weird?" by saying U.S. feels like home now, he's like, nope. But I'm sure it's going to be a splash.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
The thing,
He doesn't.
I think the thing that people on Shutter Island, and the reason why they just go off a cliff with their nonsense is that he's a truth teller. So he's not a person that's going to, like, literally, his emotions, he cannot hide. And so he's going to say what he thinks. And a lot of people, especially in Shutter Island, when Harry speaks, that's, now they jump on everything he says, because they don't like to hear the truth.
Yeah.
And Harry is, he's not going to pretend. When Hoda says, did you miss your father? He switched, he could have just literally said no, but he decided to just switch and not talk about
that. That was so cool. That was such a smooth operator move. And then, after that, he said, oh, and then I can't wait to go back home and be with my family. He's like, he's defining which family he was. That is why I don't believe that when they visited the Queen, Charles was there, because their spokesperson did not mention Charles.
Never.
That was
totally never.
That was just, yeah.
That but Shutter Island want to hold on to that fact that somehow he met Charles. It's like for 15 minutes, like that's like saying hi to somebody in the hallway. It's like, hi, bye.
Yeah, but even like Harry talks, right? Meghan is more like reserved. Harry talks. Harry would have said, oh yeah, I ran into my dad or met my dad, and whatever. He would say that. Even a spokesperson would say it.
Yeah, never mention it. But
never mention it. It's like
Shutter Island is holding on to that, reconciliation nonsense. Diane says, Kate is trying to sound posh and comes off sounding like English is her fifth language.
Not fifth.
Oh my God.
Not fifth. Oh my God.
I would have gone and said third or second or third, but I would have never gotten to fifth.
Diane.
Oh
Okay.
my
All
God.
right. By
Oh,
the way,
hi,
everyone give a thumbs
Daniel.
up.
Daniel is going off to bed. Oh, thank you for hanging out with us for a few.
Thank you
I know
so
wherever
much.
you
Thank you.
are, it's probably really late. See you,
Yeah, we
Daniel.
just popping to chit chat a bit. Um,
Yeah.
the what you call it, church notice says everyone should thumbs up. So if you haven't thumbs up yet, please thumbs up.
Yes, and
Um,
please like and subscribe, and you can
yeah,
also join our channel, please. And thank you guys, Church Nelly and Lydia, for always reminding, because I always forget to say it. So please, subscribe.
yeah, subscribe. We're also on Twitter and Instagram, Accent Two Cents.
Mhm.
So
Yes, Facts and Two Cents.
join us there.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
so
Let's see.
anyways, what else? What else are we
Sylvia
talking about?
says, Petal that Doolittle know how to be herself because she knew how to be a mean girl to Meghan. That is a point. You do have a point there, Sylvia. You definitely have a point. Um, let's see, Maddie. Hi, Maddie. Maddie says Jamaica will say she is putting on or mumble. Yeah, again, it's the not being who she is. And that's why people can't really connect to her, because it's like, you don't even know who you are.
Like, yeah, but dude, does anyone, honestly though, now this is not a shady question. Does anyone know who she is? Like I mean, I know we don't know them because they're not our friends, but can you even tell what she's like? Can just because you can look at somebody, right? You can be like, okay, well, Charles is this. Charles is more into philanthropy. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
Charles is a mean person. Charles has 11 kids, whatever the case may be. You can even tell what Bulliam does, right? Like a Bulliam is this, he's da 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 da. I don't know what identity to that she exudes. Like what
She, I mean,
you
the
know what
only
I
thing
mean?
I know about her is like she's into babies. That beyond that, I don't know. I don't know what else.
What do you
She's
mean she's into
into
babies? Like she had three
babies.
kids? Is that,
Well, that's her thing.
oh God.
You know,
I didn't know you were trying to be shady. I was like, I'm
No,
not
I'm
sure.
not. I am not. She's like remember she has the whole initiative, like the early years. That's her thing. She, plus she always talks about, William, like every time she's around a baby, William is afraid that she'd want another baby. That's her thing.
Oh,
Yeah, the
really?
early years
Oh, I
thing,
didn't
which
know that you said
yeah,
that.
the early years thing, which I think they put it on her to, but she seemed to have adopted it, though I don't know exactly what she's doing with it, but that's her thing. Marsha says Harry and Meghan only met with his grandmother. Why would he only meet his father for 15 minutes? Great point. Harry would have said if he and his father talked to us
Yeah, that's what
about
I
his
said.
dad not speaking to him. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Harry
Exactly.
talks. Harry states facts. If while sitting with Hoda and Hoda had asked about, he'd be like, "Yep." He will add to it. Harry adds things to whatever he's asked. He'd be like, "Yeah," and so I spoke to my dad. Like he would put it out there.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did not. He did not. I was
Yep.
like, those people are liars.
Yep. And the
Anyways,
only time he mentioned his brother, he didn't even say his brother's name. He's just like,
yeah, he
my
says my
mom
mom
set
set
him
my
up,
brother
and
up.
he exactly, and now she's setting me up with my kids.
Right.
He's not even naming them. Harry
Mm,
knows. I
mm.
mean, Harry came. His family, they're narcissistic, and so
Yeah.
I think they are treating and what they, if you're around a narcissistic person, there's a way that you have to take yourself away from them,
Yeah.
and I think they are following that model of how to deal with a narcissistic family and separating all the things that they're putting Harry and Meghan through the British press and the royal family. It is a narcissistic, cultish society that it's scary. I mean, those people
Yeah.
will kill you. That you know it's amazing. Very
But then
scary.
also it's very reflective of what the whole, the way even like the British media or tabloids represent. It's so reflective of that. They're equally narcissistic. right? They project, but then that's who they are. Because thinking of it, look at what Iman, or whatever his name is, Iman, that reporter or that guy that has his own show,
Iman? I
Edmond,
don't know what it is. Yeah.
Eamon.
Iman Holmes. Yes.
Iman Home.
Oh, yes, exactly.
That was terrible. That is you are fired type of statement if that would have
Yeah.
said in the US.
Yeah. And
You know what I mean?
there
Like
for them it's a joke.
it's like how morbid can you say stuff like that and think it's a joke? Like that would never take place in the US on
No.
any talk show. Like that's a threat, and you will be fired. You will lose
In
your
a
job
second. In a
in a
second. And if
second.
people don't know, if you want to explain to people what you are talking, because not everybody
Right.
may know what Iman said.
So I don't have it in front of me, but what he did was Iman Holmes, if I think they pronounce his name, he has a talk show. And on the show, it was blistering, like attacking Prince Harry for him saying that he went back to visit his grandmother and just to make sure that she was protected. And based on that, he and his panel, I'm assuming, were all like just upset and mad. And Iman Holmes said, when they come to the Jubilee, who told him they were coming, that on the balcony they should throw them over the balcony with such a huge platform and saying that on live TV.
Exactly. What he is inciting is hate and
It's hate,
murder and
yeah.
violence. That's what he's
Yeah.
inciting. And
Mhm.
finally, I saw Peter, what's his name? Peter Hunt. Finally, it's like finally sinking into some of them that
Mhm.
this is the kind of hatred that they're inciting why Harry needs security. So Peter Hunt,
Yeah.
who he used to work for the BBC, he actually was a royal reporter for the BBC, and he now
Yeah,
writes for
on
the
Twitter, I saw him
Spectator.
there.
He said, this statement, because of what it is, this really cements why Harry needs security, Harry and Meghan need
Yeah.
security in the country. And I tweeted back to him, I was like, look, if you guys who know the truth and can see the truth are not going to stand up and speak and be strong about it and control the thugs in the tabloids and on television, they will
Yeah.
commit murder. All of you will be guilty of it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that is where this is leading. If you could be on national television and incite murder on the grandson of the Queen of England, the head of state, then there's not much else. There's no other roof to go from there. You know what I mean? And then nobody, Omid is the first person who even acknowledged it, and people were coming down on Omid for condemning it, and now finally other people are like, oh wow, this is bad. And it's just
Yeah.
like, and Newsweek has this like, oh, Eamon was joking. I'm like, you don't incite violence and murder and then call,
Well,
and
it's
then
joke.
you claiming it was a joke.
Yeah. What kind of joke is that?
And
What kind
especially
of joke?
knowing the security issues with Harry, how is that a
Yeah.
joke?
Yeah. And Anaya 13 Paul says was telling Joan Garcia, yes, Eman is the gray man's mouthpiece. He sure is. He sure is. The men in gray suits.
Oh, they all are. I mean, you think of Richard, whatever his name is, that writes for the Daily Mail, that,
Palmer.
No, Rich, what is that one that always, whenever there's something negative that comes out against Prince Charles or Prince William, he always comes out with it. Some article. Tina always is like, yeah, expect Richard, whatever his name is, his article.
Oh, right. I feel like I should know Richard. What's his name? I
Something,
think I
I
know
don't
we're talking
remember.
about Richard. Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I
right.
don't remember what his
Richard.
last name is.
Yeah.
It's
But I think I
something
know what you're
with,
talking about.
yeah, with the
Yeah.
Daily Mail, I tend to deliberately
Oh,
forget
Richard
about
Eden.
them.
Yes, yes. Elaine Parker said Richard Eden. Yes, it is Richard Eden.
Oh, not even Richard Eden. Not even him. I forgot about him. No, the other, another one. He is older. He's like gray hair. he used to be like he's like this authority on the royal family because apparently he had a one of those relationships with Princess Diana where she would tell him things to write when she wants to get her side of the story out. So he is considered like an expert in which they all just lie.
Not the Dusty Cupboard brothers, right? Dickie and
whatever happened to Dickie? I haven't seen again.
Dickie
I
was
blocked
on the
most of them,
show.
so I don't even get their stuff.
No, Dickie was on a show on YouTube or social. Dickie was on a show that he was being interviewed about the whole Invictus game. And something to do about something that Harry might have said, or I don't know, done. I don't know. But he was, and I was like, Dickie, what are you doing? What, you don't even make any sense. There is nothing to what you're saying. It doesn't even, he couldn't even, I didn't even know why he was there.
Money.
Yeah. I'm like, Dickie needs to pay his mortgage. Hello.
It's the money. They go on these shows. Richard K is who it was. I literally had to jump on Twitter to see Richard K. Yeah. They go. I mean, hello. We've all seen that video of them lying about Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview before the interview even came out. That's why they go. I think Scobie says they make $75 a visit to crazy. Yeah.
And even, again, I was on YouTube, and even Robert Jobson also said something that was so incriminating. He was forced to admit that the Invictus game was really helping the people. And then he was like, well, I don't even know how long it's going to last because he's not part of the royal family. And then I was like, you did not see presidents send delegations to this place? Like, are you not aware? You think Harry is the front of the Invictus game and he organized it. But if Harry is not here today, God forbid, that Invictus game will go on.
Yeah.
He's built it that way that is not reliant on him. It will go on. So he's not doing it so he can have, no. Like, these people, they're so narrow-minded.
They can't think outside of the royal family. And it's amazing to me because there's this whole thing that's going on with the stupid balcony nonsense. And
oh my God.
I don't even understand why would you as a people, one, it's horrible enough that you live in a country where you're not even a citizen of your own country, you're a subject, and you are literally praising and hyping up a balcony where the royal family already figuratively look down on you. So you're hyping a balcony where they come out and literally look down on you.
On you.
And it's just like, are you serious?
And then wave at you and say, thank you for your money, your tax-paying money to our castles. And the balcony that you would never step on. Exactly. You would never know. You would never enter. But thank you for sustaining our lifestyle. In the Middle East.
It's so weird. It's like you are hyping a balcony where they gonna literally look down on you. I don't understand British people. I have never in my life, I didn't even know people like this existed. I didn't know. I grew up in the, we grew up in the Caribbean, but when I was growing up, we had already become like independent stuff. So I, even though I knew of, and a lot of the customs are, we didn't grow up with the being taught what they actually do. So it's only now with following the Sussexes, that I'm understanding all the nonsense. Like I literally, before I started following the Sussexes and what's going on in England, I didn't know you could be a reporter and be as ignorant as these people are.
Because they had,
you could do that
before internet, right? They were able to get away with all that, but you couldn't really. You saw, and I think most, I say some African countries or Caribbean, when they come to visit before the world of internet, they came. It was still that doctrine of superiority, right? Right. And so and most of our parents or grandparents were already indoctrinated in that way. So when the Queen comes, they're all excited. And so that, and then when it came down to our age group and now the younger ones, they're like, who the heck do you think you are? Like,
Exactly.
by the way, shout out to Grenada. Shout
Oh
out to
my
Grenada.
gosh. Yes, I have a whole podcast. My next podcast, I already recorded it about that. I have been like celebrating.
Shout out to Grenada,
I am
man.
telling you, if you guys don't know, Grenada has said, no, you cannot come to our country. And they were all said, I mean, I think the tour, I call it the the charmless offensive tour, is going to start, I think, tomorrow.
It's like Sophie, how do they call her? Fiat, what it was her
Ford
name?
Fiesta.
Ford Fiesta.
Ford Fiesta. They were supposed to, I think Grenada was supposed to be the first stop, I think. And Grenada today said, no, you cannot come. And it's just, and you know what happened too, and again, my next episode, which I already recorded, I'll go into more detail about it, but there is a gallery that just opened. I think the Bank of England has opened a gallery, and they did some research about the slave trade, and they just found Grenada, they just found out all the things that happened to their country when they were a colony. And part of it was that 599 people that were owned by whoever the slave master is was then given over to the Bank of England. And so people in Grenada are finding out, all, if they didn't know, all this horrible thing about their ancestors being owned, literally owned by the Bank of England and the aristos in England. And Jamaicans are not, they are just like up in arms about this, obviously. And so they said no, the Governor General of Grenada is like, no, you can't come.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's great. I was like, every island in the Caribbean should just say no. Reparations.
Yeah. Antigua is also Antigua. They have also put out the word that they have drafted up their reparations letter demanding reparations. They are going to present it to Sophie and Edward, and they're also going to publish it. St. Lucia, the moment just before I came online on here, St. Lucia has done the same thing.
Oh, so look at that!
All of the islands, we are over the royals. I mean, everyone is over them.
Yeah, nobody's impressed, and I'm like, listen, this is so dumb. Just so dumb. This is what they get. Not to say that Harry and Meghan would condone, although Harry and Meghan would have actually forced their reparations. But I'm saying, if this is what they get, Harry and Meghan would have been a perfect fit couples to send over if they were smart to keep their Commonwealth. That's even if, right? Mm-hmm. But people are like tired of it. They're tired of you take so much. You take so much from these countries, these islands, and you don't put the same back. The amount of resources and things you rip off from these islands and these other countries and what you give back is minute compared to it. So when they say, "Oh, we have this and we have this," trust me, nobody will give you more than they get out of your country.
Right.
America wouldn't do it. No other country would do it. If they build schools and they send you aid and stuff like that, don't be that grateful, because they've taken way more from your country than what they've given you back.
Yeah. So, and plus, they have never even apologized. Thank you, Carmen. Carmen says, Jamaica to the world. I'm not really sure what you mean, but okay.
No, because Jamaica started there. Actually, no, Jamaica didn't start. It was Barbados that started.
Yeah. Callie Jen, let's see what Callie Jen says. She says, yes, Grenada was getting the protest ready and requests for reparations ready, and the unroyal scampered. Good for Grenada.
Yeah, I was like, the
whole Caribbean, we are over the royals. We don't want to. It's time. It's more than time that the people of the Caribbean govern their own. There is no reason to have a queen that represents nothing of who you are to be your head of state. There is no benefit to that. you know.
Nope.
And plus, these people, they never apologize, they never pay reparations, they've
Nope.
never acknowledged what they've done. Nothing.
Nope.
Why would
Nope.
you have these people as your head of state? No
Yeah.
reason to have it. We are over
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Exactly. They need to go. They need to go. Go to their little island. They need to stay. And I think I wish, I hope every African country that's part of the Commonwealth should just exit as well. So
Every one
is
of them.
so that so
Exactly.
I don't know why New Zealand and Australia and the other Tonga and other areas, they should find a way to exit. They should.
Yeah.
No one should be in the Commonwealth. Like,
They
why?
need to disband that whole thing because, you know, one of the things that is so despicable about the Commonwealth, and really, I was so aggravated when I heard. I don't know if you guys heard it, but now what England and Priti Patel, that woman, I don't know how she sleeps
She's
at
not
night.
evil. Oh yeah, she's sending people
She
to
is just
Rwanda.
evil personified.
Yeah.
Where she is now going to take asylum seekers who come to England and ship them off to Rwanda.
To Rwanda. Yep.
And
I thought
Rwanda is one of
Rwanda
the,
needs
like, they joined the Commonwealth in 2019. They're one of the latest ones to join the Commonwealth. I don't understand why, if you're a part of the Commonwealth, why y'all will allow England to do something like that.
Yeah. It's
Why?
like departing with the people that they don't want to your country. And the government of Rwanda, you don't even have. Rwanda's actually doing well. So I don't, and their president is a very tough president. I don't understand
He was
why.
just in Jamaica like a week ago or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm irritated at him. Why would he accept that though? You know,
he's
getting $150 million from England, but what he's doing to house a lot of these refugees that England is going to ship, they are kicking out orphans who were orphaned from the genocide that was in Rwanda, who lived in those homes. They are moving them out of those homes so that they can, now these people have nowhere to go.
Wow.
So to accommodate England, they are kicking out their orphans who were victims of a genocide. I mean, this whole thing is just reeks, and I am so angry.
Interesting. Well,
I don't understand why Rwanda would do that.
Yep. Money talks. Money talks and BS walks. Which is a shame. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. And that lady, she is you know what?
Oof.
Yeah. God doesn't like evil. God, you know, we all have a price to pay while we're here on earth. So it will work out.
Yeah. Let's see, Maggie. Maggie says, "Oh, Maggie, I'm so sorry. Maggie is talking to Mashar. I always do this. I jump into people's conversations. But anyway, let's see what Maggie says. Maybe we can all discuss it, Maggie. I hope you don't mind." He says, ABC and NBC sits there and eats that stuff up about the royals. I stopped watching them a long time ago. They love them so much that they need to go and live over there. You're right. That's why NBC and ABC would, you know, they bring in Jobson, and there was a time they would even bring in like Camilla Tominey, and I think Sussex Squad scared them away.
You know who else? Who I saw on Tuesday, or was it Monday? What's her name? Not Abby Cherry's daughter. The other one, the one that shows up on E. Victoria. No, Victoria. What's her name? Not Victoria Abitard, the other one. She shows up on
I know who you're talking about. The one who works for Vanity Fair?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, that's the one that B Investigates had that whole thing when she was using when she was part of the blagging, and when the Daily Mail will hire like these private investigators to go dig up all these dirt. Katie something.
Yeah.
Let me see if anybody in the chat knows who we're talking about. Katie. No, I was like Katie Holmes.
No, Katie Holmes.
Different Katie. Katie, the royal reporter who always claims she has all this information when it's usually a lie. And let's see. Until we find it.
Katie
Let's see,
Nichols. Sylvia said it. Nichols. Katie Nichols.
Oh, Katie Nichols. Thank you so much. Yeah, and Lydia also. Yes. And
Oh,
Susie got
Susie said it too.
everybody
Yeah.
knew except us. Thank
Yeah,
you,
she was on
Susie and
E.
Lydia and Maggie.
She was on E, and she was like, oh, talking about how, like nobody knows. Harry and his spokespeople haven't told anyone if they're going to go to Jubilee or not.
He
But
literally says he doesn't know.
This here was Katie Lying Nichols talking about how she thinks, oh yeah, when they come, it's going to be a spectacle, and the tension is going to be shifted off from the Queen to and it's like, so then they asked him, so are they coming? Well, according to sources, perhaps. Now, anytime an English person uses perhaps and close to, or it could be,
it is understood.
It understood. It means
all
it's a lie.
lies. Yep,
it's all lies.
lie.
They have no idea. That's all. And then it dawned on me when she was talking, like, oh my God, this is exactly what they all say. And it's a lie.
It's all understood. Lies. It's all speculation. Yeah.
And from people close to their sources. And the successes have said there's nobody close to their sources. So that's a lie. Yeah. And perhaps like stop. It's all
because what they do is they put the headline as fact, and then when you actually, if you actually read the article, they have no evidence for anything they said, and you'll get these, it is understood, perhaps a source close to whomever said, and it's just lies. Then there is no evidence to any of the things that they say. Diane says, wow, how nice for Antigua and St. Lucia. So Fiesta and Ed can collect reparations demand letters and hop back on a plane for more of the same next stop. Keep it up, racist UK, and nothing will be left. Exactly.
Yeah, but like I was saying, so yeah, I just thought her, and I was like, man, you're just phony, lying, nothing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But she was on E, and then I saw, like I said, I saw the other ones, and I was like, wait a minute, why are you even bring it? I'm referring back to the ABC and NBC comment, and I was thinking, why are we even still talking to these reporters? They're lying. There's no need to talk to her. She doesn't have any story. She knows as much as you do. Trust me.
Exactly.
She doesn't know anything.
She knows nothing. They don't know anything.
Nothing.
They are just trained in the art of lying, is what they are.
Yeah. Thank God, Victoria, Victoria, Arbithe. For those who don't know,
that fake video.
She was caught, and she was spelling her name before she lied. So
unbelievable. Let's see, Joseph Bruno. Hi, Joseph Bruno. How are you doing? Joseph says, screaming at my TV, my phone, and my laptop over the unfair treatment of the Sussexes is becoming a habit I never thought I would develop. Joseph, right here with you. We are all in the same boat because it is so despicable. And even more despicable is to know that the people doing it are in bed with his father, with his family, really.
His brother.
Yeah, with his whole family. They're all in bed colluding with this. The fact that someone could have a murder threat on your son and you say nothing is very telling. That they could do what they've done to Harry and no one in that family says a word.
Yes. Patty, you're so right. That's actually, I did not pronounce Katie's right name. Her name is Katie I Know Nothing Nicole. That is her actual name.
Yes,
I forgot. Yes, you're right.
True.
You're
yes.
right. You're right. That was what when I used to watch Elliot. That's how he used to refer to Katie.
Pam, whatever you did, you go back to where you were. You sound like you're in a tunnel.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you sound like you're in a tunnel. So wherever you were sitting
I
before.
have not moved. I have been in the same position. I have not really moved, seriously. I'm still here.
Oh no, you sound like you're in a tunnel. Oh, I guess we lost Pam. She's gonna call back in when her hopefully her phone or whatever she's using will come back up. Let's see. Here she is. Pop right back in.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Now it's a lot better. There you go. Back to where. So
okay.
don't move wherever you.
No, I haven't moved. I'm still where I just turned it off and turned back in just to see. I haven't moved. I'm still, but I'm saying that when I used to watch Elliot, I don't know if he still has this show. I haven't followed him in a while. He used to refer to
Katie,
Katie,
I know nothing.
Katie, I know nothing, Nicole, and then the Dusty brothers. That's Abito's father, Vicky Abito,
Right, yeah.
and a friend, the Dusty
The
Cupboard
Dusty
brothers.
Cupboard Brothers, yes. Well, and I 13 Paul. Hi. Oh no, it's Anya. Anya 13. I'm so sorry, Anya. She says Harry's children are international citizens. Absolutely correct. They want Harry's children to become billionaires. Harry's babies are more popular and will bring more revenue for gray men and tabloids.
What?
Absolutely. It's so funny because you mentioned that, Anya, because the thought was that the Cambridge's children would be the it factor. So whenever the Cambridges need to, get some good press, then they would trot out the children whenever they needed attention, to take attention away.
Hold on, I made a mistake. It's actually Hugo. Diane, you're right. It's Hugo. Elliot is the traitor. You're right. Elliot is the one that threw us off. We all thought he was a Success Squad person, and then he really showed his. Yes, you are right.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard about him. Okay, so
Yes.
Hugo. Oh, wait,
Hugo is the
Hugo
one.
with the Sussex, Harry and Meghan news or something like that. That's the person you're talking about.
I don't know if that's what I think so. I haven't watched him in so long. I don't know if he's changed the title of his show.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So what I was saying was, the Cambridge's children were supposed to be that, yes, quick money for the tabloids, And so what happened over the weekend was Meghan and Harry did their thing. They were big stars in The Hague, in the Netherlands. And so Kate and William needed to make a splash. They needed to, get some publicity themselves. So they brought out the kids to the Easter service. And I hadn't realized, because I wasn't paying attention to them, that they had never brought the kids to the Easter service before. So
because they're too young. Because none of them bring their kids that young to Easter service.
Right. And so the Cambridges brought the two older kids. They left the little one at home. And you know what happened? Because everybody is so into Harry and Meghan, nobody paid attention. Nobody paid attention to their kids. And so the next day, I saw one of the squaddies posted this video from the Daily Mail that had, whether they either had someone, from the Daily Mail or some paparazzi, videotape the Cambridges coming out of Buckingham, literally coming out of the castle, packing their, I guess overnight bags or whatever into their car, and their little baby Louis running around, and they had that on the Daily Mail. And the thing about that is there was no pushback. There has been no pushback from Kensington Palace, which leads me to believe they set this whole thing up. And the funny thing, even though that's there's been really no press about it, because people are so much about Harry and Meghan. They are completely ignoring even the Cambridge's kids. So this is the thing with Harry and Meghan's kids. That's why they want them there. That's why they want them, it's like, oh, they're gonna come to the balcony. They want them because Archie and Lily that's where the money is.
Yep. Oh,
That's where the
Diane.
money. I'm telling you, it's like the strangest thing. Because
I agree. Oh, I agree. I was just gonna say
calendar with the Daily Mail and all of this stuff, and I was like, I can't believe they actually allow these people to videotape their little baby.
Well, what do you mean you can't believe? I mean, I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean you can't believe? Like, have they done anything otherwise for you to think that that's strange?
I know that they're not good people, but I would have hoped.
No, but Petol,
children.
What have they done? What have they done so far with their kids? Every time there's an issue, they bring them out. They pin them out. So then why are you so like? No, this is their MO. So I'm like, oh, they're on brand. I'm like, I'm not surprised. They're on brand. That's their brand. That's what they do. But it's like, so. Oh yes, Diane was saying something. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Hugo had Meghan and Harry's news, but then got a bit salty. Yes, I started listening to him. I stopped listening to him when he became very salty with Vax Live. I was like, what is wrong with Hugo? And so I just kind of like stopped. It was just getting too weird for me. He had all this conspiracy theory stuff, and I was like, what is going on with this fella? So apparently he sold his sites to Alex. I don't know who Alex is, and I'm not even listening. And he said, I don't listen anymore because she can be shady. Yeah, no, I don't follow. That's good. I'm not even interested. But yeah, Hugo was really good in the beginning, and then he said, once COVID happened, he just became this person. He started sounding like a Trumpster.
Really? Wow.
Who was anti-vax. And it was he was so irritated that the UK had to go into lockdown. He was not having it, and I was like, Hugo, do you not see how many people are dying? Like, what is it that is bothering you so much?
Happen to them, they don't care. It's just what it is. Joy
and
Henry.
Then
we have someone from Grenada.
Joy Henry she was saying
from Grenada. We do not need them.
Yeah, there's actually one person. There's more than one. I think there's about 2 people I saw earlier.
From Grenada. Oh, hi, Joy, by the way. Welcome from Grenada. Yeah, she's good for you guys. I am so proud of my Jamaican peeps.
Yeah.
Good for you. Elaine. All right, Elaine. It's 1:40. You gotta go to bed now. Oh, I'm so sorry for keeping you up, Elaine. Have really a great night's sleep. And
Thanks,
we'll
Elaine.
chat in the morning.
Thanks, Elaine, for attending. Oh, Church Nelly and our moderators. How many people do we have on? Do we know?
334.
Oh, okay.
Of our closest friends hanging with us. Yes.
And then how many thumbs up? I can't see because I'm in the comment section, so I can't see.
Oh, I don't know. But again, if you haven't given us a thumbs up or given us a like, please give us a like. That would be most appreciated. Let's see. Diane says, I would love if someone would be courageous enough to ask the Katie's, Emily's, Roy Anika's, Dick's, and etc. to cite sources. We know Tony is a liar, Angela Levin is a liar, and Richard Palmer is a liar. I'm sorry, honey, but their sources in their head.
Yeah. They don't have any. There was somebody on Twitter who said she's gonna pay $1,000 to any of these royal roaders and media people who claim that Harry and Meghan said they wanted privacy.
Mm-hmm.
She said I probably missed that conversation. I haven't seen or heard them say that. But if anyone has that and can prove that they said that, she will pay them $1,000 because she knows they never said that. Exactly. So she was like, they never said that. So, but the reason why you're regurgitating this because you believe it was said. So if anyone can, and then other people were trying to join it, it's like, yeah, we'll add an extra 1,000. It was like, okay, prove to
Yeah,
us that
because
they
it's
said
a
that.
tabloid narrative. It's something that the British tabloid made up.
Oh
And
yeah, I
it
mean,
was
yes,
a
we know
narrative that they
that.
all, yeah, so that they can
So
attack the Sussexes if they do an interview and whatever. It's completely made up. And
yeah,
CMAX says, I know we know. Bottom line, if it doesn't come from Montecito, then it didn't happen. Period.
yeah. Well, that is
Exactly,
why
CMAX.
I don't. That is why actually sometimes I feel like honestly I don't have much to say anymore really on this. Because like if nothing is said, if they don't say anything, there's everything else is a lie. So then I'm like,
Exactly.
what's the point? It's like no. And Harry and Meghan, when they say something, it's either a call to action for us or they're doing something. If they complain about something, then it's a call for action for us, right? Like Harry's security. That was a call for action. And I actually that's what I agree with Tina saying that. It's like that's our call for action rather. Like what are we gonna do? How do we put pressure on something as their followers or fans or whatever you want,
Right.
supporters. It's like so, but then if they don't say anything and nothing is coming out, everything else is just noise. There's no
Yeah.
need to go crazy because what I have said and consistently said is that there are squatties who just want to create content, and so they will resurface old news and present it from an angle of, oh, look at what I did to Meghan. Can you believe this happened to Meghan? Knowing very well
Yes.
that that is a trigger for derangers.
Yeah.
So
It's
as a
so funny you said that. I actually talked about that on a podcast recently because you had said that when I first saw that, I was like, people do that? Like it never dawned on me that somebody would do that. But then I started to pay attention. And then
Yep.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is so true.
Yep. I've been saying this for since last year or something. I was like, no, no. Squatties, there's some squatties they still benefit from Meghan by pretending they're in support of her or trying to highlight her so-called maltreatment or mistreatment, I should say. And, and by doing so, they're creating content for their page and they have
Right.
viewership and people talking and stuff like that, and it's constant. And I was like, sometimes they'll say something, I'm like, why do you even bring this up?
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing in society, in the world, that needs this to be brought up. Why do you feel the need to remind us? Like we all lived it,
Right, yeah. Or
right?
some of
When
them
the
will
press,
literally deliberately go seeking trolls, like
yeah,
seeking the
yeah,
derangers, and then come
yeah,
back on the, and if you're following them, then you have all this stuff about, and I'm like, why are you even under their posts? Why are you even clicking on their things?
yeah. Like I really admire Tina because sometimes I'll send her stuff and she won't click it. She's like, who wrote it? I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. She's like, she would not click it.
Yeah.
She's like, there's no point. Why would I? She's so disciplined that way. And I think if we all start doing that diligently, can you imagine the little noise we're gonna have? There'll be no, that noise will go down tremendously.
And
Like,
that's why it's like you have to do that. What Meghan and Harry says, like no engagement. That is my
yeah,
thing. I don't engage. You don't go
no
on people's
engagement,
posts
no
and
engagement,
arguing with. Yeah, no
no
engagement.
engagement at all. And now,
Exactly.
thank God for Christopher Bowsey and some of the reporters. YouTube, you can, when you type Megan's name, you don't see any negative
Of the
things
hate
at
stuff.
all.
Yeah, they
Okay,
have
stuff is
deprogrammed them or whatever
people.
you call
Oh,
it.
like
Yeah.
it just. I used to have trepidation just typing Megan's name in YouTube. I just like, oh no, oh no. So I stopped doing it, and
Yeah, and
so
now
I
you
am
won't
so
find them
excited.
there anymore, which is
You
great. And
find
they're
them
not
there
going to
anymore.
be in the
It's so
recommendations
refreshing.
either.
Yeah, it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
And so
Fortunately.
I'm like,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, so I was saying, yeah, I was saying, so then I was like, why do we do this to ourselves with some squatters? Why would you do that? And then what it does is it just you, and then somehow they will, I don't know why I get it on my timeline. I'm like, what is this? why am I seeing this? Like, what is your purpose? You
Yeah.
know, I'm going to start blocking squaddies who do that because I'm like, I don't do
I've
that.
had to mute quite a few people because I'm like, I don't want this on my timeline. I don't want to be
Yeah,
seeing
I don't
stuff
need
about the
that.
Rangers, and like I have no interest in these people. All of them are blocked. And so the only time I see anything is the people, if I'm following somebody and they post about it.
Yeah,
That's the only
exactly.
time
Yeah,
I see. I'm like, I don't want to see stuff about the Rangers and exit groups. Like,
it's
I
so
don't care. I
funny.
don't want to hear from them.
I've blocked every Royal Roader that the last time somebody said something about Chris shipwreck, and I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see what he wrote, so I viewed it because you can still view when they're blocked, right? You can view.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
I viewed it, and then I was like, oh, same old same. Back to
Well,
the
he blocked me because I called him out and he blocked me, so I can't I
oh,
can't
so
see
you
anything.
can see. Oh, you see, because when if I blocked him, then I can see. I can
Exactly. Well,
go
I
and
blocked
see.
him too. Since he blocked me, I blocked him. But, but I was like, you don't get, if you block me, you don't get the privilege of seeing what I write either.
Yeah,
So there,
exactly.
we blocked each other. But Church Nelly says if Harry and Meghan goes to the Jubilee, the British media will say they're attention seeking and upstaging other royals. If they
Yeah.
don't go to the Jubilee, it's a slap in the face of the
Well,
Queen.
they're not going to win one way or the other. They're not going to win. I
I know.
think ultimately they need to do what is best for their family.
Exactly.
I'm sure
Exactly.
Harry's biggest wish is for his grandmother to see his kids.
Yeah.
That will be, but if that doesn't happen, listen, she sees them on Zoom. She
Mm-hmm.
sees them, but I'm sure she just wants them to, he would like them to see them and see her in person,
Of
uh, which,
course.
which is fine. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's not meant to be. And they can't blame Harry because the
Exactly.
Netherlands provided the best security
Yeah. My
for Harry
question
and
is,
Meghan.
someone mentioned this on Twitter and I was just like, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, the amount of slaps the Queen has to her face, it's like, it's a wonder she has a face left.
Oh,
Because
oh,
everything the British media is a slap in her face, it's a slap in her face, it's a slap. Oh,
oh.
she's blindsided. I'm like, she's like slapped and blindsided constantly. It's just the most slapped and blindsided person that ever lived on the earth. It's
For
just like,
someone
oh
who,
my
so for someone who is a monarch and runs a whole country and other commonwealth, she is really definitely blindsided in the things that are close to home, and yet she's supposed to be the head of state for other countries. Shoot,
God.
please.
That she hasn't been to in like
Anyways,
what 15 years, maybe. I don't know.
all right, folks. It's 9 o'clock. I need to get ready. And by the way, I haven't taken a shower.
That's TMI. We don't need to know you're stinky.
I've been working all day. I'm like, oh, okay, then let's take a shower.
Okay.
And but I appreciate y'all all for joining. A leader portraits. Adora, there are 20 defense ministers in the meeting. What meeting?
Hmm?
From a leader. I don't know what she means by 20 defense ministers.
I'm trying to find where are you all the way at the bottom? I am like trying to
Yeah, yeah.
find.
Towards the bottom.
Oh, hang on one second. She says Adora says there were 20 defense ministers at that meeting.
In the
I'm
meeting,
not
in that
sure.
meeting.
I know Harry. If you're talking about, are you talking about Harry at the meeting with the defense leader, the British defense leader today? Because I know he had a meeting, or a reception with the British defense leaders, sort of like a reception at Invictus. There were pictures of it, so I'm not sure if
Oh,
that's
okay.
what you're talking about. But yeah. I'm not really sure. So maybe if you want to, Pam, I know you need to run. So you can go ahead and I'll just finish up.
Okay, great. All right,
Have a good
folks.
night.
It
Have
was
a
good
wonderful
catching up with
shower.
you guys. I will talk to you guys hopefully next week. And we'll just chat again. Next week, maybe you guys should come up with some questions that you guys want us to talk about. I'm sure we'll still be in Invictus, right? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can, if you have any questions
Well, no,
or
if
things you feel.
this finishes tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm saying they might still have things that they've watched by that time, right? That when we get
Okay.
back on that they might say, hey, this is what I thought, or this is what do you guys think? Any questions you think, things that you think we want us to talk about, just come along with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, bye everyone. Have a good night.
Bye, Pam. Have a great shower.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Okay, so let's take a few more since that Pam is running off and leaving us. Let's see. Anita. Let's see. That's good. Okay. Anita says, pretending that they don't want Harry and Meghan, the balcony, that's a lie, a big lie. Yeah, absolutely. They want them there, even though they are pretending like, they have these polls like, oh, Harry and Meghan, we don't want them to come, whatever. But reporters want them there because why? They make money, and that is the thing. So let's get a couple more before we close out and that everybody can go to sleep. Let's see. Mashara says, wouldn't have been a kick. Wouldn't have been a kick that Harry and Meghan actually had the kids with them when they saw the Queen and sent them back early. I will yell if a picture comes out with E2 and the Sussex kids. That would be funny. That would be very, 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 very funny if that were the case. Hey, Harry and Meghan are ninja. Would I put that past them? No, I would not put that past them at all. Naughty Doctor. Hi, Naughty Doctor. How are you? She says, does anyone consider the number of slaps given by those lot around her competing for futures? Oh, wait. I don't think actually this is what we're talking about. Are we talking about abuse? I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but yeah, could be why Harry. I don't have any proof as to why Harry said what he said, but I know even the Telegraph was concerned about who was taking care of the Queen, and so I actually in the next podcast I'm going to go through a little bit of that article about that. So I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, but wouldn't put it past anyone. But anyways, let's see a couple more before we end. Classy LaCroix or LaCroix, I think that's how you say it. If I'm not, let me know in the comments down there. She says, I've heard on our Canadian news that the majority of Canadians want the monarchy to end. Yes, I heard that. After Prince Charles, I don't know why they don't do it now, but after when the Queen passes, and if she passes on to Prince Charles, that Canada, the majority of people want Canada to end their, basically kick the monarch to the curb and have a Canadian person be their president and prime minister and become a republic, like they should have done a long time ago. Let's see, who else? Adrian says, I don't feel sorry for Harry's grandma. Sorry, but when you throw dirt, it comes back without a timetable. It's so funny. Like you know what I think of her. I think, her as head of a racist, abusive monarchy. I put all of that on her head because she is the head of the monarchy. But, and Harry loves her. And so I respect his love for her. And so it's a complicated thing that, that's his grandmother and that's who he loves. And so I respect his relationship with her, for his sake, but it's hard to feel sorry for someone who has the power to act and who has the power to speak up and has the power to say, look, I mean, if she has the power to protect Andrew, she certainly had the power to protect Meghan, and she certainly had the power to protect Harry, and she has chosen to not. So, but for whatever reason, Harry loves grandma. So yeah. And Diane, says Jubilee will be a great time for Harry and Meghan to visit Gangsta Grand Liz in her home because she won't be able to attend Jubilee either. She can visit in peace, take photos, post, and fly home. Absolutely. I don't think she's going to be attending a lot of those events at all. I mean, I know the race, what is it, that racetrack that she has horses going to be running on their whatever race, whatever, as part of the whole Jubilee celebration. She has 3 horses going to be running, and they are doing all these, accessible things to see if she can come. Maybe she can be in a wheelchair, whatever. But I personally don't think that she is going to be there at all. So, who knows? Maybe they'll do another secret thing with Harry and Meghan, and they'll bring the kids to see her. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see who else is in the chat. Night, Gwendolyn. Let's see. Let's see. Sunshine. Oh, thank you, Sunshine. I'll let my dad know you love the background. I know, I thought it's like, let's do a cherry background. So, Hawkeye Helen says, at least, YouTube is doing something about the Haters podcast. Yes, I'm telling you, Christopher Boozy and his team have done an incredible job. And now they're also working on basically shaming YouTube by going after their advertisers, the people who they have these packets with YouTube, and people's ads are being placed on these hater channels. And a lot of people don't realize that their ads are showing up on these hate channels. And so that's another thing that Christopher Boozy is going after, is getting the names, exactly the companies that he sees on these hate channels, so that they can, let them know, like, do you really want your company on a hate channel? And so that is another thing he is doing. 1A Eagle Star. I'm not sure if that's what you say. How do you say it? But that's what I'm seeing. 1 Eagle Star. Eagle Star. Okay. Hi, how are you? She said, did you hear about the death threats against Harry and Meghan today by Eamon Holmes? Yes. And some reporters who said only way the brother makes up is if one of the wives are dead. Yes, we actually talked about the death threat from Eamon Holmes. We talked about it a little bit earlier. And yes, what was her name? The one from Majesty Magazine with the blonde wig. Whatever her name is, I never could remember her name. She was also a part of that video where they were reviewing the Oprah interview with before it aired, and you guys can remind me of what her name is if you remember. But she literally said that the only way that Harry and William make up is if their wives are dead. Ingrid Seward, thank you, Ingrid Seward. Thank you, Valerie, and also Lydia. Thank you. Yes, she literally said that it's only death. And it's just like, I'm telling you, these people, they will not rest. Remember what Harry said in the Me You Can See. They will not rest until Meghan is dead. And by the looks of it, and what they're doing now, by Eamon's statement today, they cannot control Harry. They cannot control their narrative. Actually, Harry totally upends their narrative. They want them dead. They want them both dead. And that is very, very clear. You don't make those kind of statements on national TV for no reason. And so, yeah, it is very, very, it is. So let's see. A few more before we end. Going up in the chat. Hi, Cookies and Cream. I don't even think we said hi tonight to you. Hi, Cookies. I was like, Cookies and Cream. She says, the racist British press is trying to bully the Sussexes into coming to the Jubilee. Harry said he won't be bullied. Exactly. I'm telling you, it's just, I literally I didn't even know people like this existed. I didn't know that you can be a reporter and, claim to be a quote unquote journalist and be like this. Like, I didn't know you can be a racist bully and still have it didn't occur to me, and so yeah, it just, wow. And you're right, Harry says, I will not be bullied, and there you go. And that is the thing about the British press. They're so used to bullying people and people caving, i.e. the royal family, that Harry and Meghan is just like, they're like, if we can't bully you, we want you dead. Basically what they're doing. So let's see. Couple more that I didn't get. Let's see. Hawkeye Helen says, yes, it's the meeting in regards to next year's Invictus in Germany. Oh, so that's what that meeting with the German team and all of that stuff. Now that makes sense. Yes. I saw someone in the post. Was it you, Lydia, that said we all need to be at Invictus next year? And I'm telling you, if we have to borrow, beg, whatever we need to do to get the funds and to get the whatever we need to get to Germany, but all of us need to get to Germany next year. If you guys, I don't know if you're on Twitter or Instagram, but oh my goodness, that The Hague is lit. I mean, the celebrations in these, when they're, especially the finals, say the rugby finals and basketball and, and sitting volleyball. I mean, the crowd is amazing. These videos are incredible that's coming out of Hague. So I'm like, next year, we all need to be at the Invictus Games. It is amazing. So, yeah. So let's see. Let's scroll all the way down and see who can take us out for the night. Catherine. Hi, Catherine Bird. Catherine said, they're cray-cray. Yes, but the Sussexes have the ancestors on their side. The Hague is beautiful. Yes, it is. And yes, the Sussexes has the ancestors and they have karma on their side. That has been amazing. So they are going to take care of them. So I'm telling you, Shutter Island, y'all a mess. And I'm so sorry for squatties who live there that has to put up with that mess. So yes, Adrian, thank you. Dusseldorf, Germany, next year. And Harry is not going. I think part of the interview is that, he's not going to say who's going to come after that. And I think New York is in the running. So I am definitely want it to be New York. I'll be all up volunteering in that thing. I'm going to be there every step of the way, reporting on that. I'm going to be the big reporter that I dream to be. Will be doing that. So yeah, let's see. Let's see who else I can pull up. Andrea, hi, Andrea Allen. How are you? Andrea says, what you're saying is so true. I've never knew that grown people would be like this. Harry and his family are not these friends. Yeah, they're not their friends. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't understand. I don't understand the British culture at all. I really, really, really don't understand the British culture. So yeah. Diane, no Texas. No Texas in 2026. It is New York, and I will fight you on this. I will seriously fight you. And Michelle says, racist bullies will not be allowed to have will not be allowed to have major platforms in the US for long. We just voted out a big fat one whose son is on his own willingly going to speak to the January 6th committee. yeah, it's, you know, again, I don't understand. I don't understand how they can have the platform that they do. But, again, not that the US is devoid of it. I mean, yeah, we had, that orange one. But there are others. There are others who are doing, they may not have gone as far as had gone, but there are others here that do the same thing. So, you know, just not, a reporter inciting violence or, murder and still has a job. So, yeah. Let's see. Hi, Joan. Joan says, I wrote to the Invictus Games website and asked that the US be included in the broadcast next time. Thank you, Joan. Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Twitter, I would not know what was going on. And so we were definitely shut out. I know that the BBC carry, like, they do a wrap up thing at the end of each day with JJ Chalmers, who is one of Harry's besties, and that was really the only reason Harry really did that interview. That interview with a British channel, BBC. But yeah, we were literally shut out. I mean, if it wasn't for Twitter, and thank God for the Invictus US and the Fisher House and I forgot who else in the US, but a lot of I think the Department of Defense and a lot of the organizations in the US that sent our soldiers there, our vets there, they have been great at tweeting and tweeting and tweeting about just about everything. And so that's where we get a lot of the stuff, including, and also forces.net and the Invictus Game has been tweeting. But in terms of live coverage, in terms of television coverage, I'm telling you, this the Olympics, the regular Olympics was so boring. It was like probably the lowest rating Olympics ever. We needed to see what the Invictus was. I mean, the energy of the Invictus is amazing. So that's one of the reasons I'm glad that they're doing and shooting that documentary, because we would then be able to see fully what everything is. But thank God for those little clips on Twitter, because we wouldn't know. So you're right, Joan, and thank you so much for asking them for next time to please get a US station to broadcast this. Everybody needs to see this. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, whether you're into Hoda or not, but Hoda did the rap, she did the interview, and then she's been talking about doing a recap of the interview, on the Today Show. And so I saw a couple of the clips online, and like, the girlfriend is ready to move to The Hague. She cannot say enough amazing things about her experience at the Invictus Games. And so I am like, yes, hopefully her excitement about it would inspire one of those networks, maybe her own network, NBC, to carry it, because it is so inspiring. I mean, she is, and the way she's talking, all her co-hosts are like, wow. She is literally painting pictures for them, and it's just to see how engaged they are with just her talking about it. I think it would be amazing for a network to carry this. I mean, if they carry the boring Olympics, then they should carry this, because, it's so much, yes, the Olympics is important. I'm not going to say it's not important, but, this is just, it's amazing. So, anyways, Phyllis, hi, Phyllis. Phyllis says, Karma is not through with the royal family yet. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, thank you, Karma. Thank you, ancestors. And yes, they are not through with the royal family for what they have done. I'm telling you, people are like, olive branches, making amends, all of those things. I'm like, well, first there's got to be apology. First, they got to acknowledge what they have done, and then apologize for what they have done before there could be any kind of reconciliation. You can't have reconciliation when you won't even acknowledge what you did. So there. Let's see what else. Let's see who else is saying stuff. Hawkeye says, isn't Netflix doing some sort of broadcasting in due course? I think Netflix is going to carry the Heart of Invictus documentary. I don't know if they're doing anything else other than that about the Olympic Games. I mean, the Invictus Games. I know they're obviously going to be the one broadcasting the documentary, The Heart of Invictus. So yeah. Naughty Doctor said the BBC did its job like a rota, and I suggest they transfer the broadcast to Netflix. You know, if Invictus didn't like what the BBC did, then I absolutely. So let's see. Jackie, hi Jackie Burkle. Jackie says Invictus Games in Hague 2022 is on YouTube. I have seen all the events that. Wait, you've seen all the full events? Really? What can you post where on YouTube? Because I have tried to find it and I found like little clips. I didn't see the whole thing. Please post where what site or whatever on YouTube that you saw this, because I've been looking. And I'm on Twitter, so I've been getting the clips from there. But I would love to know where they're having the live shows. So that would be awesome. Sherry, oh, hi Sherry. Don't worry about it. This is going to be on replay, so you can always go back and hear this episode. And so we have 5 more minutes. So we're going to go until 9:30. And so welcome, Sherry, for hanging out with us for a few minutes. I'm happy that you're here. Let's see who else. I'm going to scroll up a little bit to see who else has saying stuff that we can talk about. Phyllis says, if the UK police won't arrest this man for the threat he made against Harry, then what kind of protection will he give him and his family? You know, Phyllis, I have been saying this from the beginning. From the first time I heard that Harry is taking the government to court to make sure he gets police protection. I have been saying this from the beginning. I don't know that Harry should trust the UK police to protect his family. I don't trust them, especially knowing that we talked about in a few episodes ago that they had this chat room where all this racist stuff that police officers were saying in their private chat. And part of that chat was making racist comments about Meghan. And so I'm like, And also, yes, Eamon Holmes, a lot of us, tagged the Metropolitan Police about what he did and about his threat. And so far, nothing. We have heard nothing as, if they're going to do anything about this threat. I mean, imagine that this man on national television made a death threat against the Queen of England, the head of state's grandchild, and no one has done a thing. And that is the kind of people that we're dealing with. This is like, I'm just like, whew. Anyways. Oh, let's see. Better news. Angela. Hey, Angela. Angela says Invictus on BBC One has been ratings in the top 10. Oh, I saw someone posted the ratings and Invictus was at number 9. And they were in the top 10. So go Invictus. And again, it's hosted by JJ Chalmers, and JJ is wonderful. And I don't know the co-host, the lady. She seemed really nice as well. And they are very excited and all of that stuff. So hey, there you go. So, what? Diane, what? Okay, Petol, we can have, you can have our Governor Hot Wheels, Greg Abbott, and Ted Cruz in exchange for Invictus. No, we don't want them. You can keep them, Diane. You can keep those 2 crazy people. We're having Invictus. I'll take Invictus. You can't do this. I'm going to fight you. So there. We are going to have a fight, Diane. We're going to have a fight because of this. Let's see. Who else? Let's see. let's see, somebody I didn't get before. Let's see, Jenny H. What are you saying, Jenny H? Okay, Jenny's saying she's caught up in the early replays. So let's see. Oh, Diane. Well, Diane is chatting a lot. Diane says, notice we haven't heard from Carmela recently. She's in charge of Liz over medication schedules. I don't know. I have no idea. So let's see. We have 1 more minute. Yes, Andrea, I think it gave us all goosebumps. She says, what that guy said today gave me goosebumps. Yeah, I think it gave all of us, it's like a shiver, that someone would do something like that and say something like that. Hawkeye Ellen says, he can always get private security because most are ex-military, I believe. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't think they could carry guns. And that's what is concerning Harry, that if something happened, there's no way to protect. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if those private security carry, ammunition. I think that's the thing. I don't know that they do. And that is the big thing with Harry, because he has his private security. They can't carry guns in the UK. So, yeah. Marie says, unbelievable death threat is a joke on Shutter Island. I know. It's like, it boggles the mind. It absolutely boggles the mind. Adrian says, last I saw, Charles and Camilla was they're in Egypt. Oh, I hadn't been paying attention. I had no idea. I had no idea they were in Egypt. Well, have fun in Egypt. Let's see. Again, nobody pays attention to any of the royals when Harry and Meghan are doing things. It's all about Harry and Meghan. So yeah. Terry, let's see what Terry is saying. There was a reporter interviewing Harry, and she gave him some goodies to take home for Meghan. Yes, the Dutch reporter. She gave some whatever that Dutch word. Harry was able to say the word. It probably was one of those words that he said in that video when he was trying to learn Dutch. And so yeah, she gave him I think four different treats to take back to the family. And so yes, absolutely, that was very, very nice that she saw. And also today there was a restaurant, and I'm assuming Harry may have visited the restaurant a few times. The restaurant actually posted on Instagram and they had a picture of Harry holding the flowers. The restaurant gave Harry a bouquet, a thing of flowers, and in the flowers were a lily, for baby Lily. There were also peonies, which were Meghan's favorite flowers, and then there was Princess Diana's flowers. What are her flowers again? I forgot the name of her flowers, but all three of them were part of the bouquet that they gave to Forget-Me-Nots. Yes, Princess Diana's flowers, Forget-Me-Nots, and I forgot. I'm so silly. I forgot the Forget-Me-Nots. But anyway, so all of those were part of the bouquet that they presented to Harry. And it's just like all these meaningful things that are coming out of The Hague. And now I'm like, I need to go to Netherlands, because Lord, they just have gone out of their way to be amazing. And let's see, Joyce, I think you're going to be taking us out. She says, Kate had 11 years since marriage to show who she was. She has tried to take on the Queen, Diana, and now Meghan. She does not have an identity, blank. And you're right. And it is sad because, to see somebody that young not have an identity. I mean, even if you're thinking in terms of clothes, and, I'm not, as not all that into fashion and all of those things, but a lot of the times what she does is cosplay other people. It's kind of like she's single white females people, and she doesn't have any personality on her own. And I think that's, again, even going back to her speech, is she's adopting things that are not normal for her. And so everything comes across really weird and odd. So anyway, yes, I definitely agree. It's like a blank slate there. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, my favorite peeps. And I recorded this podcast. The one, remember last night we did or yesterday actually, we did like a survey if we wanted to talk about the royals, and everybody was like, no, keep it positive. And I was like, fine, I'm going to record it. Well, I actually recorded it, and I am actually in the middle of editing it because I made a bunch of errors in there. I had to go back and edit it. So I most likely will be dropping it tomorrow. Hopefully I can be finished editing it tonight and then drop it tomorrow about the royals, where we'll talk a little bit more in depth about the Caribbean, shameless, offensive part 2, etc. So stay tuned tomorrow. I might be dropping that tomorrow. Fingers crossed I can get it all edited and all my mess out today. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with Pam and I. I hope she's home enjoying her shower or bath or whatever she's doing. And I remember again, Lydia. Lydia's always remind me, please hit the like button. Yes, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Please share this video with your friends. Help us to build our community, and click the subscribe and click the notification bell so you know that when we drop a video. And also, you can join our channel. The way to support us is by joining our channel, the 2 Cents Crew. And that way you can support us on a monthly basis. That would be really, really appreciated. There are other ways you can support us as well. We do have merchandise. Please feel free to hang out. The link is in the show notes. Please feel free to shop over there. Again, my dad's prints in the back, that should be up later tonight on that site as well. So definitely, if you're interested in getting some prints, some art prints, and you feel like being artistic and whatever, please, my dad would be, he loves to share his artwork. So please feel free to purchase a print. So thank you guys so much. For supporting the channel, for being here, for hanging out with us and commenting. I love hearing from you. So anyways, have a wonderful night. Have a great evening, whatever it is you're going to do. I am going to eat because I realized I did not have dinner and it's 9:30. So, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Bye. So I'm going to take us out with some music. So let's put some music on and take us out. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention, if I didn't mention earlier, thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Church Nelly, for being amazing, amazing moderators and hanging out with us. Thank you. We could not do this and do the chat and all of that stuff without your incredible, incredible help. So thank you so much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.